Dear parishioners, the Lord bless you. It's nice to be in touch with you, even if it's at a distance. And we're into the Easter Triduum. I just pray the Lord bless you abundantly on all your family and the people you love. Praying for you. Yeah, the experience of the Triduum is just a tremendous drama. As Christians around the world are remembering the Triduum of the Lord, the Paschal mystery, death and resurrection. This amazing event through which the Son of God, who's come amongst us, where God took our flesh because he couldn't experience death otherwise, has taken our flesh so that we who couldn't experience life, now through him can experience life, through his resurrection. It's a wonderful, extraordinary experience. Jesus being betrayed around a meal. Imagine that. Betrayed around a meal by Judas, by Peter, by all the disciples pretty well. And Jesus knew it, and yet he allowed things to happen. Garden of Gethsemane, in which the terrible fear of facing death as a young man, only 30 years of age, knowing it's not just an ordinary death like Parkinson's or multiple sclerosis, but it's a torture. It's a torture. Now, of course, thousands of people were tortured by the Romans, but Jesus fully experienced the torture with those who are being tortured, carrying his cross, nailed, but carrying with him in a unique way the darkness of the world, challenging us to forgiveness, to courage, to generosity. Jesus was accompanied by friends, Veronica, Simon, and others. I was recently accompanying a young man who's got terrible problems with drugs, heroin, cocaine, and just going through a vicious experience of withdrawal and so on. And he had two friends with him, a man and a woman, good friends his age, who were just consoling him as he was going through his crisis and rolling on the floor and trying to rip his clothes off and screaming and yet loved by his friends. Accompanied by friends. We are accompanied by friends when we go through crisis. People who support us, who walk with us. Of course, the one who walks by us the most and closest is Jesus himself. He knows what we're going through. He knows our darkness. He knows our goodness. He knows that. So we've accompanied him with the way of the cross to the resurrection. Here in the Sudbury Diocese, all the teenagers have been doing the way of the cross. In my own parish, I took them out in the streets to do the way of the cross. It's the first time they've ever seen it. They've never seen it before. And as I was commenting on Jesus falling the second time, as we were walking down the highway there, and I commented that as we think about Jesus falling, he sent us two great friends to accompany us through our life. Two great friends. Who are they? The two great friends are falling and failure. Falling and failure. The two great friends God's given to us, in which we learned humility, patience, forgiveness, moving on, courage. Yeah, you've experienced falling and failures, I'm sure. And Jesus walks by us, beside us, and says, learn something. Get up and keep moving forward. Because life is a journey that requires enormous courage. And finally, we celebrate the resurrection of the Lord, where he proclaims, I am with you always to the end of time. Do not be afraid. We're going to be baptizing a number of men, actually, this Easter, and I pray for them that the Lord would help them to become men of faith. So I'd like to wish you all a blessed Easter Easter season. God bless you. I'd like to thank you, parishioners, for your courage. You've been through a very, very difficult period this year, but every parish does. I'd like to thank you for your courage, your affection, your your ability to forgive and to move on. I'd like to thank the administrative staff for being particularly courageous during this time. Thank Michelle Galindo and Joanne Tupaz, former wardens who had a very difficult year last year. Thank you. Thank you for your courage. And for Catherine Babylon, was our accountant, and our new accountant, Mr. Wong. And for our wards, Nicole, Ellie, Angie, George, Jeanette, and Celine. Thank you so much for helping our parish to keep growing. So I wish all of you a very blessed and holy season of the Triduum of Easter. And though you don't see me now, I'll be with you on the weekend of April 13, 14 with great joy to see you again and to be able to, with the brother priests, Simon and Sandri, to bless you and rejoice in the work of the Lord. May you have a wonderful Holy Easter, a Holy Triduum, and I look forward to seeing you.